What's up, YouTube? Okay, we are doing the Lucario now, the Sojis Lucario. Now, as I said, I'm doing a couple of event Pokemon tonight, just claiming them and doing some movesets. So I'm going to claim this Lucario, see what it is and what it looks like, and do some Lucario movesets. Should be pretty fun. I did a Piplup one early. If you haven't seen that one, you should definitely check that one out. Okay, so a little bit of background as we're getting this code. I've got this happening. This starts on the 1st of August to the 20th. It obviously is in a Japanese game, Japanese DS, as usual, as a lot of these events are. That's how it is. Japan was the country who started it, so I guess it makes sense. So now this comes via serial code, so this is a one-time use code, so once I've used it, it can't be used again. I do have multiples, but I may give some of these away. We'll just see. See how many I can get. This one isn't probably the most amazing event, but I'll go through it anyway. I just like covering them, and sometimes I use these, actually a lot of the time I use these events in my videos, and people are always wondering where I get them from. So I thought I'd start covering these kind of things as well. Okay, so we've got the code here, just loading up. So this is just typing your code in, and it's just going to recognize the gift and give it to you. Now, there was 3 Pokemon in this little section. There was a Piplup, a Lucario, and a Charizard. I'm going to be covering all three of them tonight. This is also, if you're wondering, a Japanese game, and I've got the language set to English. That's why things will be appearing in English as well. Okay, so there's the Lucario. And we're going to get this is for the Pokemon movie event too. So I'm guessing more of them are going to be coming up. I already know which ones are happening too. Okay, so there we go. I've received it. Let's come up with a moveset and let's see how it good it is. Now, obviously these aren't guaranteed IVs or anything. You have to be pretty lucky to get decent IVs on these ones, especially. Now, my favorite one, on which I'm looking forward to, is the Charizard. I'm quite looking forward to that one. Let's have a look at it. We'll have that one. Look at that one a little bit in the next video. Okay, so getting Lucario. Oh, I don't know if I've got. Oh, I don't have Lucario on this game. This is one of our Japanese games. So I think the Pokédex isn't quite finished on this game. It is on, as I said, it's like 5%. It is completed on a lot of the other games, though. Okay, so let's have a little look at Lucario. I'm just going to show you what it looks like, and you can, if you do have one, or you are Japanese, or you've got a Japanese game, you can go and get this. Or if you just receive one, you're wondering if it's legitimate or not. Okay, so it's a set serious nature. Are you serious? I know, right? Such a bad nature. We have Steadfast, we have Aura Sphere, High Jump Kick, Dragon Pulse, and Extreme Speed. And the OT there stays the same, even on a English language game. Okay, now this, let me just show you what the other screen looks like. So here we go. We've got the OT, ID, Sirius, 27 movie, and we've got the wishing ribbon as well. So make sure it always has a ribbon there if you are traded one of these. Just for legitimacy things. If I know there are some people that like to collect these events and like to know that they're legit. So this is also for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade the Lucario over to my other game and check out IVs. But in the meantime, let's come up with some Lucario sets. This should be fun. Now Lucario is a very decent Pokemon, but let's make some not very decent sets. No, I'm just kidding. We'll make some. I'll go through some. Just going to move my mic for a sec. Sorry. I'm just going to go through a couple of more competitive ones, and then we can go through a couple of fun ones. Let's get the competitive out of the way first. Okay, so we can run like Lucario. It works very well as a special attacker and a physical attacker. It's got amazing, it's got nice attack and nice special attack. Its special attack is a little bit higher at 115 compared to its attack at 110 base. It's got nice speed, decent bulk, nice typing. Its abilities are a little bit bleh, but yeah, the rest makes up for it. So you could run easily, like you could just run like, close combat, bullet punch, sword dance. That would work nicely. Get sword dance too. I mean, you could do lots of things. You could run ice punch on it with a 6th gen tutor move. That would work nicely. You got to watch against like opposing fighting types too. But you've also got your fighting moves too. You've got Ice Punch. I mean, this thing kicks like a truck. You could even give it Zen Headbutt if you're really scared about like fighting types. That's a 6th gen tutor move. You could do that too. If you don't want to use like Sword Dance, you just want to use it like max speed, max attack. You can. I'd probably recommend going like Jolly Nature. You could then run just max speed, max attack. A Sword Dance runs really nicely on it. Gives it a lot of attack, and close combat hits really hard. You could also run the same with a special set. I mean, you could even run Choice Band on it with that physical set as well. You could run a special set. It gets Nasty Plot, But man, it gets such great moves. Even the physical set, you get access to hone claws as well. But you'd have to find a reason to give it hone claws over Stone Edge. So you'd be trying to find moves that don't have the greatest accuracy. So, say if you had like stuff like Blaze Kick. I don't know. I'm just looking through. I know Stone Edge would be one. Stone Edge, but they're more coverage moves rather than stab. So you probably wouldn't be running that over anyway. And just having a look at it. Or if you wanted to run a high jump kick. Guys, Hone Claws, high jump kick. Just for the set we got, it had high jump kick. Let's do that. Hone Claws, high jump kick. That'd be fucking... That'd hit so hard. You just have to watch about missing and ghost types coming in. And you could give it... just any other stab moves too, and Bullet Punch is always nice for finishing stuff off. But for the special set, you could run a Nasty Plot Sweeper, which would work nicely. For the item, for the physical one, you could just give it Life Orb. I mean, you could give it a lot of things. It could run nicely on it. Like Life Orb would just be more damage output. Same with the special one. Now, this gets Aura Sphere as the special one, which is a nice bread and butter, or it gets Focus Blast, but you'd probably want to go for Aura Sphere because that's going to never miss, and it's really good, having 100% accuracy. You've also got Psychic on it, which is interesting. You could hit the opposing fighting types, but on a real super competitive set, you'd probably struggle to fit that one. You'd probably want to be running like Flash Cannon, Aura Sphere, those kind of moves. But Psychic would be nice for fighting as well, if you wanted to. Also, Dark Pulse on there too. And also has Vacuum Wave as some special priority, one of the very few moves that actual special priority, which is cool. Now, you could run... I like running the Final Gambit set, Max Health, Max Speed, Jolly Choice Scarf. That runs really nicely, and you can disguise it a little bit too. You can give it... I know it's a mega gimmick, but I like to disguise it. You can give it like its normal moves. You can give it like Bullet Punch and Close Combat, and just use those moves to finish stuff off, and then you can trick them and then go for a Final Gambit on their really bulky Pokemon that's set up about 10 Cosmic Powers or something. Anyways, that's for those movesets will work nicely. Now, I had Steadfast, right? Let's have a look. Raise the speed of this Pokemon every time it flinches. So, if you want to make use of Steadfast, that's quite situational, but if you want to, I mean, you could run... Let's say we ran... I'm just trying to think of something like a situation here. We'd run like a mix one, right? Let's go for a mix one. We'll go... I don't know, we'll go mild, so max special attack, max attack, right? And you want to get like, so you're really going to get, you're going to try and get, flinch. So you want to try and swap it into like a fake out. That'd be cool. Or just come up against any flinch move. But obviously that's very situational, of course. But it can run a nice mix set anyway. You could just run max special attack, max speed, and you could just throw on with mild nature. You could do that, or if you want to run. If you want to run like a naive, that's quite good for mixed attackers. That's kind of the norm nature you run for them, depending on their stat. But that would work. You could run like the special set, like the Flash Cannon, but the Close Combat as well. So hard to swap into. Mixed attackers can break very good wall breakers. They can work with that way. Anyways, let's have a look else what it could run. You could run a bulky set like a. I've actually run a couple of these in the past just for a bit of fun. You could run like a, let's have a look, like a max health set with max special defense. Now, the special defense isn't too bad, and you could run like a bulk up set, right? Bulk up, Drain Punch. So that would give you a recovery and also give you a defense. So you could spam that bulk up, and Drain Punch would work really, really nicely there, stacking against each other. And if you want to give it, you could also give it Bullet Punch for some priority there if you wanted to. Or you could go... Hell, you could go for the Iron Tail. Hone Claws and Iron Tail will work nicely too. That's another option. But that could definitely work. Ghost types, you could go for Crunch. That could be an option. Or you could, like, it's a little bit shaky there. So you could definitely go for Crunch on the bulk up set. Or you could even do like a rest, sleep, talk set, which get rest every time. It also gets cool things like Copycat. That'd be quite fun to run. Now, you can also run on this. I ran a nice Me First set. That's pretty fun. You could also run the Z Crystal on it too. You could run like a Z Crystal, a Z Metal Sound. That'd be pretty fun. I've done that before on a couple of Pokemon. Quite interesting. I like Z moves because you can use them on like everything. It's really cool. Now, I'm not sure why you'd run Sky Uppercut, but the Hone Claws would stack with that one too. Just like vastly better moves than that to run. But I like looking at all the moves, not just like, you know, the main ones. Now, you could run... I like this. You could run a Hone Claws. Let's have a look at this, right? So it gets Cross Chop, which is an amazing move, right? Yeah, it's got that critical hit chance, but the accuracy is really, really shaky, right? So I'm very certain it gets access. Well, it doesn't get access to that. However, you could run a Hone Claws. The Hone Claws set. Let's do that. The Hone Claws high jump kick. I want to do this set. Hone Claws high jump kick. Iron Tail. So you got Hydro Kick, Iron Tail, Hone Claws, which is going to work nicely, and we got you could run like it's out of high jump kick and Hone. You probably go for the. You could go either like the item could be Scope Lens, or you could go the high jump kick. So for cross hop, Scope Lens, or something along those lines. Anyway, people, I just thought I'd go over a couple of Lucario movesets, just a bit of fun. I'll have the Charizard one up a little bit later, should be cool, and that'll probably be about today's uploads. 3 uploads in a day is quite unusual for me, but I thought I'd just cover these events. Okay, people, peace.